Hello, and welcome back to Happy Time, Happy Money podcast with Viktoriia Miracle, your host. And the guest today is Ilana Jankowitz. Ilana, based in Zurich, Switzerland, and certified mindset coach, NLP practitioner, and happily married mom of two young adult children who are now both pursuing their life's passions. Ilana is the founder of Mindful Money Coaching, helping women in business unblock their money and increase magical archetype. She believes we don't have business problems, but personal money issues that show up in our business or work. Hi, and welcome, Ilana.
Hi, and thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming over from, Switzerland. And I would love to learn more about you and your story. How did you start on what you're doing right now, and what inspired you to do what you're doing?
Okay, so what I do now, and I'll go back and tell you about my stories, I work with women to help them to make money. A lot of the women that I work with are coaches themselves, and they are coaches in a particular field, but they don't know how to make money. I've been in business for many years, so I connect the two together and show them how to do it. And basically, I grew up in South Africa, where we grew up poor. We grew up with, my mom was a single mom, she was widowed at a very young age and had 5 kids to look after. So we did not know about anything luxurious or any of the comforts. We grew up wearing my brother's hand-me-downs, and a lot of the time when we went to sleep, I heard my mom was still working. I saw her struggle, I heard her cry, and I knew she was having a very, very hard time from a very young child. And I must have vowed subconsciously that one day when I have children, my kids are not going to have the life that I had. My kids are going to have everything. And often when you say things like that, you manifest them. When my kids did come along, they got everything of the very best, from private schools to very fancy birthday parties to designer clothes, baby clothes I'm talking, which was crazy, to literally everything that any kid could desire. And what happened was it got me into a lot of debt. I would use one credit card, and when that credit card was full, I literally got another credit card. And I used to basically play with the credit cards and spend wherever there was space on the credit card or an amount still open. And literally I used to hide the shopping from my husband because he couldn't understand why I was so crazy and why I was doing all the spending. I did not understand why I was spending like that. I just thought my kids deserved the best and I needed to buy these things for them. It got to a stage where we were arguing a lot about money. And they say that one of the top reasons that couples get divorced is because of money. And it got to a point where he basically used to get the credit card, and I would want to hide the credit card statement. I wanted to hide because he used to just freak when he saw the amount of money that I was spending. And I tried to hide them. I used to put the post where you wouldn't find them, but he found them. We spoke to a friend, and a friend said, if you're sick, you go to a doctor. If you've got toothache, you go to a dentist. Why don't you speak to a money coach? And I thought, there's no ways I'm speaking to a money coach about my spending. There's no ways I'm telling anybody about this. I left it for a while, and then the next month when the credit card statement arrived, we'd get into another blow up. And I then decided, just to make him happy, that I would do this money quiz that was on this website. Did the money quiz, and I saw the archetypes, the behavior, the traits that I was displaying. And I was so embarrassed. I wanted nothing to do with any of this money coaching, and I avoided it until the next credit card statement came. And then it became an ultimatum. You need to go and get yourself sorted. Cut a long story short, I went for money coaching, and it was so deep, the work that we did, that I really, really couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the things that we were dealing with, which goes right back to your childhood, why you're doing the things you do, why you display a certain behavior. Obviously, you work through these different areas, and I did, and I overcame it, and I got us into a lot of debt. After I did the coaching, I decided that I would actually use my business, because I know how to run a business. I've run businesses successfully. I would use the coaching and the business together, and I would help other women to actually be able to make money in their business and work through their money story. So that's how I got to where I am and what I'm doing at the moment.
Beautiful. And I was muted. And you mentioned that you've done a lot of work. You was like saying it, wow, they've done like such a deep work and based on our childhood. So what exactly, where could you elaborate on that?
We take on our parents' DNA when it comes to money. We watch what our parents do, their patterns, their behaviors, their beliefs, and that becomes our patterns and beliefs. The same like your parents take you to church or whatever religion you are, and you learn that becomes part of the way you raise your kids.
Got it. So how did you work through them? What was the tools that you use? Or I know you're doing NLP at the moment.
So we work through by understanding the money behavior. There's lots of different exercises, mirror exercises, where we go very deep to figure out where it all started and how we can actually change it, what serves us, what doesn't serve us. There's a lot of tools. It's a process that you actually work through with the coach, dealing with these things that you went through. And a lot of it is very, very painful. It's like an onion. The more you peel off the layers, the more you cry, the deeper you go. So there's a lot of reasons why we do what we do. We just actually mimicking our parents or grandparents. So we learn to heal our relationship, and what we actually learn is how to actually respect money and to love money.
So what do you mean by love money?
Women find it very, very difficult to have a good relationship with money. Men don't have a problem. Men were taught to strive and to do really well in their career because they're the breadwinners of the family. Women are taught to...
What is the difference? Like, why are men, getting much better with the finances than women?
Upbringing. We told different things as men, as boys, and as girls.
Yes.
And as girls, we are taught to have a career, partner well, marry well, have children, and be happy. And hopefully the money will flow in. We're not actually taught how to make money, how to enjoy money, and how to actually get our money to make more money.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we don't, unfortunately. And I wanted to ask you this question that I ask everybody on this podcast. Thank you so much for sharing. I think, the understanding that we get to love money, it's just like a core of everything that is going on for everybody that is, hasn't done that work yet. And the last question that I have for you here, as time comes, is to please finish this sentence for me. If you really knew me, you will know that I am blank.
The money coach, the person that you come to fix your money.
Thank you so much. And I know you have a gift for us today. Can you share with us what it is and where we can grab it?
Go and take the money quiz and find out what archetypes are driving your behavior and see what your relationship is with money on mindfulmoneycoaching.online. There's a free quiz to go and take. It's a money quiz. It will tell you what's going on in your money behavior.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming over, Ilana. And thank you so much for watching or listening to this episode. And if you just scroll down, and there's going to be a link to the episode page, which contains all the links, video, caption, transcript, and audio format of this episode. If you want to share with your friends, please do. We will be grateful. And leave us a review if you like it, comment, and send message to Ilana or me. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ilana, for coming. And thank you so much for watching.
It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you.